another pickups video, take 156. There we go. That was a cool little gift from my good friend Dave that does the 3D printing. You can see the Blockbusters ticket up there, and he also did me a little movie clapperboard, so there you go. Anyway, intro over. Welcome to another pickups video, guys. This is catching up on a trip that myself and the girlfriend went out. Lovely warm day, tail end of last week. So as you can see from the thumbnail, we went across to Darlington. Not a place, it's a little bit further afield really. So not a place we venture over too often. Maybe once every month and a half, once every couple of months, something like that. So yeah, we ventured across. There's a really good size CX there. On the high street itself, we haven't really ventured away from the town centre, but on the high street itself, 3 or 4 charity shops, like I say, decent CX, and there's a cash converters as well, and there's an absolutely amazing food hall as well in the centre that's got all of these, I don't know what they call them, I mean it's all very trendy and whatever, but it's these like cabin type places that do all different types of, not gourmet food, but all sorts of, you know, freshly cooked food, you know, all different types of things, from pastas to pizzas to different sorts of toasties, but it's done in a really nice friendly environment. And you know, there's lots of the local students that go there to have the dinner. Lots of, you know, people that are going there over lunchtime for from work and things like that. So it's a really nice, relaxed atmosphere to sit and eat in. And you know, there's probably 20 odd different types of these eatery type cabins to pick and choose the type of food that you want. So waffleage over, you don't need to know about food, you're here to see pickups, movies, all that goodness. So yes, Darlington. Went across with a list in mind for the local CX. We called in the cash converters, and we had a look at the few charity shops as well. So nice little haul, guys. Not too sure how long this one will run, but I have done myself a cup of tea in readiness, and there's 2 piles here, mixture of horror and non-horror, so really good selection of non-horror stuff that I've picked up. So nice selection to cater for everybody that watches these videos, and split across Blu-ray and DVD. So quick slurp, guys, and we'll get into it. Right, so this first selection is charity shop pickups. I think they're all pretty much 3 for £1, I think they were. So first one that I didn't have back in the collection, but absolutely brilliant, I don't know, comedy action film I'd say it is, but everybody knows the original Bad Boys franchise anyway. So picked up the first one there, obviously Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. I haven't seen this one for years. Got a feeling, if I recall, I actually saw this one at the cinema when it came out. So when would it have been? Early to mid-90s, I think, was it? I don't know there actually. It says 2006 on the oh no, there you go, 1995 Columbia Pictures. So yeah, mid-90s. Normally pretty good with my movie release dates. So but yeah, the original Bad Boys for 3 for £1 deal. So nice to add that one into the collection. Those of you that are, I'm going off on a tangent already, what the fuck? I don't know. I just get random shit pop into my head and need to talk about it. So, but yeah, Eagle Eyes amongst you'll notice slight changes to the shelf behind. Myself and Ghost Lou were rearranging the shelves last night, so that one there, and the one out of shot to my left hand side, are tall Billy bookcases. Managed to get some additional shelves for both those units. When did we get, or I got them, I should say, 2 days ago. Ghost Lou was across last night, and we spent half an hour rearranging all the shelves to maximise the space on the horror shelf unit and the action and comedy. So basically giving me expansion for another 400 movies, something like that, which based on what I'm picking up weekly will probably last me a month if I'm lucky. So already contemplating the far side of the movie room that isn't dedicated to movies at the minute, but I'm already in my head thinking, yeah, I can maybe get 3 tall Billy bookcases over that opposite side of the room, which will probably do me for the next 12 months or so potentially. So who knows? Anyway, waffleage over. So yeah, if you're thinking it's a little bit more different, we've had a incision. Big words, incision of a couple of extra shelves and rearrange them behind. So anyway, where were we? Bad Boys, original movie, excellent film. Not seen it in donkey's years, so looking forward to rewatching that. My God, it's fucking warm today. Excuse my French. Absolutely sweltering. Action movie that I haven't seen before, but it's got Ray Winstone in. I think the last movie pickups video I showed Scum, which is one that I have seen before. Brutal movie, but I was really glad to get that one in the collection. And with Ray Winstone, he's the same really as Liam Neeson for me. Anytime I see one of his movies out in the wild, I do tend to pick it up because for me, I haven't seen a bad one of his yet. So this is one with Mel Gibson in. Not a massive fan of Mel Gibson, but Ray Winstone will give it a shot, and it is Edge of Darkness. So if anyone has seen that one before, then let me know in the comments if it's one you think I'll enjoy. So there we go. So Mel Gibson plays a well-respected Boston cop whose life is changed irrevocably when his daughter is shot by a bullet supposedly meant for him. Driven to seek the truth and to reap vengeance on those responsible, he uncovers a dangerous world of corrupt cover-ups, government collusion and murder. Ray Winstone also stars as a shady government agent who assists him in the investigation, but with suspicious motives. From the director of Casino Royale and based on the acclaimed BBC series Edge of Darkness, is a tense, action-packed revenge thriller. There we go. Sounds up my street, but for 30 pence, bar a couple of pennies, I'd give it a go. So there we go. Edge of Darkness. We're nearly 10 minutes in. I've shown you 2 movies. Right, pick the pace up, Marcus. Come on. Right, next up. One that I've never seen before. I'm guessing, well, I don't know. I was going to say I'm guessing it's going to be a crock of shit. But it's got Robert Englund in, so it might be half decent. It is a film called Sanitarium. Another one of these that, you know, the girlfriend was having a look around the revolving DVD unit in the charity shop, and the cover jumped out at her. She's a sucker for getting drawn into horror movies. The amount she's passed me across when we're in charity shops just because she likes the cover of it. And I'm like, no. We can't be drawn in to buying movies based on good cover art, because I've done that so many times before, and it's come back and kicked me in the nuts. So But yeah, Sanitarium, Robert England in it. So if anyone has seen it, let me know in the comments what your thoughts were. It says it's a twisted psychological thriller. So it's got Malcolm McDowell in as well. And it was, what, 2013, this one. So, yeah. Let me know in the comments, guys, if it's one you've seen and enjoyed or not. So, Sanitarium. One that I have seen before, but I don't recall if it was half decent or not. Pretty sure previously I had it on Blu-ray. But again, DVD of a horror called Amusement. So I am kind of a sucker for circus, fairground horrors, that sort of thing. So generally, even if it's a bad film, if it's based around a circus or a fairground and creepy clowns, then normally I'm all over it, and I enjoy them in the spirit that they're made, generally, however bad they are. So there we go. There's Amusement. I need a slurp of tea. My throat. Jeez. One couldn't. But I've never seen this one before. But as soon as I saw it, I thought, yeah, that's probably one myself and Ghost Lou will watch. It's probably in very bad humour, but you know, it's me and Ghost Lou's silly, politically incorrect humour down to a T. And it is Morgan Spurlock's Where in the World is Osama bin Laden? But I thought, oh, it's going to be absolutely terrible. I haven't seen it yet, but I've looked on IMDb and I think it gets like a 6.5 out of 10. It does rate really well on IMDb, so really looking forward to checking this one out. So if anyone has seen it, again, let me know in the comments if it's one you think I'll enjoy. But it does say at the top, after Super Size Me and 30 Days comes the next big adventure, puts the fun in Fundamentalist. But yeah, where in the world is Osama bin Laden? So really looking forward to checking that one out. So I'm probably going to leave that one off the comedy shelf for now, and that's going to get a watch very shortly. So there we go. That's the next one, guys. Next up, I've got a feeling I've seen this one before. Not 100% sure. It's either one that I've seen before, or it's one I've seen somebody else talk about, and I'll put it onto a watch list to pick up. So I'm not 100% certain. But it's one called Road Train. So I do love myself a good road horror. So not 100% certain if I've seen it before, but love the cover. Yeah, it might be one I've seen before. It might be one I've seen somebody else talk about. So there's a Road Train. Again, £3 for £1 on that one. Looks as though it's a road horror, and according to the back, it's set in the Australian outback. Is it going to be as good as Wolf Creek? We shall find out very soon. Next up, with a lenticular cover. Again, this was one that the girlfriend grabbed and passed across for us to add into the collection and check out. So one called Haunter. Don't know. Lenticular covers don't tend to come out too well on the camera, but yeah, obviously a bit of slippy. So it's got Lisa. In fact, it's not got Lisa Johnson. It's someone called Abigail Breslin from Zombieland. With Peter McHattie from Watchmen and 300. And Peter Outerbridge from Saw 6 and Silent Hill. So it's a chilling supernatural horror with a twist. So there we go. We'll check that one out and potentially report back on a 5-minute movie review. So there we go. That's that one there. Next up, again, the girlfriend spotted this, and I don't think she's got this one at her house, but she knows I'm a big fan of this franchise, so she passed it over to me and said she'll keep an eye out, or between us we'll keep an eye out for a copy for her and her lad as well. But it is Annabelle Comes Home with Slippy. But yeah, pleased to get that one. So since I've been recollecting physical media, I think I've managed to get, The Conjuring, the first one, The Curse of La Llorona, however it's pronounced. And I think that's it so far for the Conjuring franchise. So was pleased to be able to add that one into the collection. Nearly finished my cup of tea already, and I've still got a stack and a half to go. Oh, and James has just messaged me there as well, so that's why I'm looking funny at my phone. So I think he's just messaged saying he's watching my video that I put up yesterday. So all being well, James is coming across next week, guys, and we're going to be doing the first in the series of our movie sofa chats. We haven't come up with a name for it yet. Next up, this is one I think I saw shown on Ash's channel, Horror and Popcorn, or Popcorn and Horror. I can't remember which way round he's got his wordage, but I'm sure it was one he mentioned, and it was one I saw, I think originally when it first came out on DVD. When would it have been? I think, according to this, it was 2000 it came out, so I don't think I've seen it since it first came out. I recall I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I wanted to pick it up again if I saw it cheap, and this was in a 3 for £1, so I wanted to give it a second go, because quite often movies, if they don't grab me on an initial watch, if I watch them later on down the line, I do tend to enjoy them that little bit more. So obviously there is exceptions with really bad movies, but this was one that Ash spoke highly about, and I was like, yeah, I remember watching that originally. I do need to give it a second chance, especially up that way. I think it is. You can see my world cinema and my martial arts movies and stuff like that. So watching it with different eyes, I might actually appreciate it on a second watch. So, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Next up, third time lucky on this one. So, I missed out originally. British Art Foundation, I think, had it for 50p probably about 2 months ago. I passed on it at the time, got back home, checked some reviews for it, and it reviewed really well. Went back a couple of days later, it had gone. Saw it probably about a month ago in Cash Converters in Middlesbrough. Took it to the counter. There was no disc in it, and they couldn't find the disc, so the disc had been pinched. So 2 copies have eluded me so far, but this was in the charity shop in Darlington. And again, it was 50p, so I finally managed to get the Colin McRae Blu-ray documentary. So it's eluded me 3 times now. So, well, not 3 times, it's twice before. So, third time lucky, and there we go. It has the disc in. So, yeah, I love my sporting documentaries. Picked up the Williams one recently, obviously the motor racing Formula 1. Frank Williams picked up, I didn't pick it up, Ghostlu passed me across Gascoigne, so that one's on my list to watch coming up. But yeah, been really looking forward to checking this one out. This came out 2007 it was, and it's 138 minutes, so just over 2 hours long, all about Colin McRae, the rally a legend. So really looking forward to checking that one out and reminiscing on all of that Colin McRae goodness. Right, these next ones, guys, are cash converters. This first one was 50p, which, seeing as it's a DVD, is normally expensive. Cash converters in Middlesbrough, all of their DVDs are a blanket 10p, but it tends to vary from store to store. This particular cash converter's in Darlington, especially Blurays, and they've got 4Ks. Some, if not most of their prices are on a par with CX. So you really have to pick and choose what you get in there. So I think I've managed to get one DVD. This one was 50p. And I've got 4 Blu-rays from there, so not too bad. I was more than happy with the prices that I paid for these particular ones. But if you remember, recently I picked up the Dracula triple movie box set from a local CX, and in this cash converters I managed to pick up a Frankenstein double pack. So the original Frankenstein movie and the Bride of Frankenstein. So 2 excellent Universal movies. So really looking forward to rewatching both of these again. Obviously, first Frankenstein is Boris Karloff. And the Bride of Frankenstein, again, Boris Karloff as well. So looking forward to checking both of these ones out. I can't remember. Oh, there you go. So it's got obviously a slip and then the cardboard gatefold, which I'm not going to undo because it's got a cash converters thing on the side. So I'm going to have to try and get that off without ripping the cardboard. But yeah, 50p for that awesome double feature DVD. I do apologise, guys. I had cucumber as part of my dinner and it's been repeating on me for the last hour or so. Right, let me just create some room on the table. Right, let's move my empty cup of tea over to there. Right, 4 Blu-rays, guys, from cash converters. As you can see, the sticker's been peeled on this one because out of habit now, I now say to them, can you open them at the counter please and make sure the discs are in there, especially the likes of this one in Darlington. You know, it's probably 20 minutes in the car for myself and the girlfriend, so it's not a place we're over visiting every week. So if there is missing discs, I'd rather find out in the shop before I pay for stuff and take stuff home. So Blu-ray film called Legend. Now, watched this with Ghost Lou last weekend. It was one that he'd seen probably a month or so ago. Obviously, if you've seen any of my videos with Ghost Lou, you know he collects his movie steelbooks and his gaming steelbooks. He had recently ordered Legend steelbook from CX. That had come through and he was raving about how good a film it was. And he said, right, when I'm across over at the weekend, we'll get some munchies in and we'll sit and watch it together, because I hadn't seen it before. But wow, I absolutely loved it. So Tom Hardy plays both. I'm not going to do a movie review, but Tom Hardy plays both of the Cray twins and he does an absolutely superb performance. Me and Ghost Lou sat and watched it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, so really did. So that was, there you go, £1.50 on Blu-ray. So Ghost Lou's got his steelbook and I've got this one to put into the collection and rewatch again later on down the line. Right, next up, one I've seen before but I wanted to get back into the collection again. Film I thoroughly enjoyed, and it is one that I will rewatch at some point soon, and it is Matt Damon in The Martian. So, not normally a massive Matt Damon fan, but I really did enjoy this when I watched it. So, really good, I don't know what you'd call it, sci-fi thriller, potentially. But yeah, really good film. Thoroughly enjoyed it first time around. So, looking forward to checking it out on Blu-ray later on down the line. So, Martian. Next one, not seen this one since I cleared out my physical media collection. It is one I've seen a couple of times before and I really enjoyed it. And it is The Shallows with some, there you go, slippy. So this was a £2 one on Blu-ray. So, say a decent film, so I was more than happy to pay that for it on Blu-ray. So The Shallows. And then first one of these, is it the first one? Yeah, first one of these I've got back into the collection. One of my favourite modern day action franchises, this one. And it is John Wick 2. So obviously still need to get 1, 3 and 4. But, you know, I'm in no rush. I can rewatch them on the Fire Stick if I want to. But yeah, as and when I come across them, I think not too bad prices in CX, or, you know, if I come across them in a charity shop, then I will pick them up and have them all on physical media. But yeah, one of my all-time favourite modern action franchises, these ones. So there we go. First one back in the collection, John Wick 2. And again, slippy. And that one again, yeah, same as The Shallows, that was £2. So there we go. Right, on to the last pile, guys. And again, I'll try and rattle through these as quick as I can, coming up to, what, half an hour now. Franchise that I'm trying to get through. So these are all CX purchases, these last ones. I watched the original one of these from, when was it, either 1967 or 1969 it was. But I'm a massive fan of the modern releases of these films. So for £3, I picked up War of the Planet of the Apes. And again, really nice slip on this one. So it was nice that the CX over there had it with the slip. So War of the Planet of the Apes. So brilliant film, this one. Probably all of the modern. In fact, I think I've got Rise of the Planet of the Apes and Dawn of the Planet Dawn of the Planet of the Apes on Blu-ray already. So probably later on down the line, I'll upgrade this one to Blu-ray as well. So absolutely superb, the modern releases of the Planet of the Apes movies. Next up, horror that I haven't seen in a long time. Again, one I used to have on Blu-ray. Got a feeling it's quite pricey on Blu-ray now. But yeah, I managed to pick it up on DVD. So more than happy with a DVD release, just so I can rewatch it again. Jennifer's Body. So superb horror, this one, guys. And as you can see, £3 on DVD. So not too shabby. But yeah, brilliant film, this one, guys. If you haven't seen it, it's always one that I recommend to people as a bit of a underrated gem. So there we go. There's Jennifer's Body. Next up, almost completes my Dead series for George A. Romero on DVD. I think I'm just missing, Day of the Dead and Survival of the Dead. So 2 more to go to complete the series, but I've managed to get Land of the Dead. So £1.50, not too shabby. Again, this is one I haven't seen for donkey's years, so looking forward to probably having a bit of a marathon and rewatching through all of this franchise of Romero movies again. Next up, one of my all-time favourites. Not giving too much away, but it may or may not be in my upcoming top 10 horrors of all time. Watch this space. But it is Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive. Absolutely love this movie. Normally watch it, probably once a year, if not a couple of times a year. Obviously, it's accompanied by the AC/DC soundtrack, so another favourite band of mine over the years. So, you mix in Stephen King, goodness, AC/DC, horror, trucks coming to life, all that jazz. You get an absolutely brilliant film. Or you do in my eyes anyway. So there we go. Maximum Overdrive. So super happy to get this one back into the collection. I don't think it's got a UK Blu-ray release, unfortunately. I think previously I either had a French or a Spanish Blu-ray import. So yeah, it might be one, with it being one of my favourites, that I upgrade to Blu-ray at some point down the line. But for now, nice to get it back into the collection. So there we go. Maximum Overdrive. Right. Next up, got the first one of these. Probably the first one, probably one of the best remakes that's been done over the years. But I had to get the second one for my OCD, and to be fair, the second one isn't too bad a movie. So, remake of The Hills Have Eyes 2. So does it say the year? There you go. Yeah, 2007 that one. So first remake came out 2006, and then a year later this one came out, and it says with over an hour of extreme extras. There you go. So it's got a feature on the whistly. It's got a feature on the mutants. It's got a featurette on the making of a graphic novel, life after film school with Wes Craven, making of The Hills Have Eyes 2, gag reel and deleted scenes. There we go. Hills Have Eyes 2. Next up, now I don't know if I've seen this one before or not. I'm not 100%. It was either, again, one that I've seen, or it's one that I had on my watch list but never picked up previously. But it's a movie with Tim Roth, and it is Funny Games. So this is, it says jaw-dropping, prepare to be shocked. Right, Michael Haneke takes on America with an English language remake every bit as shocking as his brilliantly conceived original 1997 Funny Games. In this exploration of our violent society, Haneke retells the story through the eyes of a middle-class family who arrive at their secluded holiday home in the Hamptons for a 2-week vacation. Soon after, a young man makes a surprise call and asks to borrow some eggs. When the man is joined by his charming friend, Michael Pitt, what initially appears to be an innocuous visit by their neighbour's guests soon turns into a horrifying ordeal for all concerned, as the two men embark upon a twisted campaign of torment and raw terror. So, yeah, I'll have to check my letterboxd, see if it's one that I have watched before or not. But I'm a big Tim Roth fan, so obviously did a 5-minute movie review of Made in Britain recently. Obviously, he's was he Mr. Orange, isn't he, in Reservoir Dogs? So, yeah, looking forward to checking this one out, either for the first time or a rewatch. So, Funny Games. Next up is a 2006 remake. There we go. When a Stranger Calls. So I think I have seen this one previously. Pretty sure when I had the collection a few years ago, it was one that I had on Blu-ray, I think it was. But yeah, fancy giving it another watch. I think one of the movie collectors on here that I saw recently was speaking highly of this one. So I thought, right, I'll pop it back on the list and get it for the collection and have a rewatch. So there you go, remake of When a Stranger Calls. Oh my god, I need coffee. I need a sign behind me because I'm sure pretty much every video I say I need a coffee. So coming to a shelf very shortly, and I need coffee sign. I'll have a word with my mate Dave, get him to 3D print me one. Next up, love my creature features, my Shitty Shark movies, all that sort of jazz. So I managed to pick up from 2010 Piranha 3D. So £1.50. So can't go wrong with creatures and bikini clad girls. So there we go. Double discer. But yeah, what I've seen before, it says shockingly good fun, 9 out of 10, non-stop action, a total blast. So yeah, looking forward to rewatching that one. So disc 1 is the 2D feature with special features. Disc 2's the 3D feature with special features. So yeah, £1.50 back in the collection. Oh, was buzzing with this one. I don't pick up too many of these now. It was a rabbit hole that I disappeared down many years ago. James will tell you probably on one of our upcoming videos that, you know, I used to be massively into my horror steelbooks. So I had regular Blu-ray steelbooks. I had 4K steelbooks. I probably had 100 to 150 just on steelbooks alone. It's a rabbit hole I am not going to disappear down, but if I do see the odd one every now and again and it's cheap and it's a nice steelbook, then I will grab it for the collection. And it is, oh, look at that, it's gorgeous. Predator 2 steelbook. So £3. Like I say, I'm not going to pay silly money. You know, some of them I ordered, like the Train to... It wasn't Train to Busan, it was the second one, the Peninsula. I think I pre-ordered that from Zavvi at the time for 30 quid. And it was a shit movie. I hated everything about it. Love the original Train to Busan, but Peninsula for me was terrible. So yeah, dropping £30 on a steelbook for a movie that I'm not quite sure of, it ain't going to happen now. So, you know, you think of what I'm paying for DVDs and a lot of these Blu-rays, £30, you know, that can get me a full carrier bag of stuff that I enjoy watching and will go into the collection. So, but yeah, £3 on this Predator 2 steelbook. Absolutely lovely. Is that upside down? No. There you go. Predator 2 Definitive Edition. And there we go. So yeah, really pleased with that one. So lovely addition to the collection. That'll probably go up on the shelf either behind me or to the side next to my Clockwork Orange steelbook that I've got on display at the minute. So there we go, Predator 2. Next up, one of myself and Ghost Lou's favourite comedies. We have Four Lions, again £1.50 on DVD. So really pleased to grab that one. Myself and Ghost Lou probably, I don't know, maybe watch this once a year together, something like that. But yeah, we absolutely love the, again, the politically incorrect and dark humour of films like this. So Four Lions back in the collection. And then to finish, guys, one of, again, myself and Ghost Lou's favourite franchises is the Fast and Furious. I've got a couple of them on the shelf over there already. And this remaining pile completes bar one, I think it is. I thought I'd already got the one that I'm missing, but I haven't. So it almost completes the 1 to 9 or 1 to 8, I think it is, plus Hobbs and Shaw. that I enjoyed. 9 and 10 I wasn't a fan of, so I'm not fussed on adding those into the collection at any time soon. So we have, first of all, Fast and Furious 2009. So that's the 2011 re-release that they did for this one. So there we go, that's that one. Then we have, obviously these are in no particular order, Fast and Furious 7 Extended Edition on Blu-ray. So that's that one. Then with the slip, Fast and Furious 6. And again, I've got the guy in CX in Darlington to open all of these up and make sure the discs were in there. So again, another bit of slippage. We have Fast and Furious 5. There we go, that one there. And then the last one again with a slip cover, but this one's DVD, so I'll probably grab Blu-ray upgrades for any that I've got on DVD at some point soon where I can see them. So Fast and Furious 8 to finish. So yeah, I think according to Ghost Luke's, I've got one on a double set on DVD over there. I think the only one I'm missing now is Too Fast, Too Furious, which is the second one in the franchise. So apart from that, I mean, it's one I come across in local CXs all the time for, I think it's either £1.50 or £2. So that will go into the collection at some point soon. And then I'll have the full franchise, bar the last two, which, like I say, I'm not fussed. I didn't like it. Far too CGI heavy and over the top and all of that sort of thing. I like the originals for what they are, but those last two, I can take them or leave them. Not fussed at all adding those into the collection. So there we go, guys, just over 40 minutes. So that's all of my pickups from when myself and the girlfriend went across to Darlington tail end of last week. Let me know in the comments any there that you've seen before that you think I'll enjoy, or as always, if you've got any movie recommendations, again, put them in the comments. Always nice to pick up what other people enjoy watching, where I can, having a watch of them, maybe doing them as a 5-minute movie review and adding them into the collection. So always nice to have that interaction with you guys in the comments. So there we go, that's my video for today, guys. As always, please remember to like, comment and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll be back later on in the week with another video. Bye for now.